Hello, I'm Jordan Peterson with Valuetaining. And what is it? Sorry. I'm supposed to say that? I'm Jordan Peterson. I'm a clinical psychologist and author, and I'm here with Valuetaining questions, to answer Valuetaining questions.
So you've been interviewed by a large range of hosts, from comedians like Theo Vaughn to businessmen like Patrick Bet-David. Why do you think your audience is so diverse?
Because I try to bridge the gap from what's most abstract to what's most practical. And so everybody can participate in part of that.
What was your influence on your daughter as she creates a mass platform of her own?
Support and encouragement and belief that she could do it. And what would you say, a mutual insistence that we orient ourselves properly and try to do this truthfully.
At what moment did you realize you were famous?
Pretty much the day after I released the first videos I made on YouTube, voicing my opposition to some Canadian legislation. There were reporters literally lined up down the street, like a block. It was ridiculous. So we knew that was pretty much that.
What's the biggest benefit and drawback of being famous?
Well, there's a couple of benefits. One is that I can pretty much talk to anyone I want to. And so for someone who's curious, that's extremely beneficial, because if I'm curious about anything, I can find out who is world-renowned in relationship to their expertise on that matter, and generally they'll talk to me. The next advantage, I suppose, is that it allows me to practice my craft, my profession, both as a clinical psychologist and as an educator on a very large scale.
Any drawbacks from being famous?
Sure, yeah. The danger of a misstep, the cataclysmic danger of a misstep, casual misstep, and then it makes doing ordinary things in some ways impossible. So, for example, I can't really walk to my local corner store with my wife, and I never really remember this because I just assume I can, but I really can't, because it's invariably the case that someone will recognize me, and then there's an intense interaction, or 2 or 3 or 10, and I'm not complaining about that, but it's not nothing, and it makes the invisibility of daily life that's disappeared.
All right, so Dr. Peterson, as you're standing in our production studio full of our hopeful filmmakers, what advice do you have for young creatives?
Well, if you're basing your life on the spirit of creative exploration, don't kill the goose that lays the golden eggs. See all these artists engaging in censorship, or self-censorship for that matter. Do that for a while and you won't be creative, that's for sure. So if you want to commit professional suicide as a creative agent, lie instrumentally, explore truthfully and courageously and honestly, and past the bounds of your knowledge, and past the bounds of everyone's knowledge if you're truly creative. And that's a very hazardous, but also extremely engaging and valuable place to be. And all you have in a situation like that is your integrity to guide you.
Do you have any tattoos?
No.
If you could have dinner with any fictional character, who would it be and why?
Stavrogan from The Possessed, Dostoevsky's novel.
Who is your favorite comedian?
John Cleese. Theo Vaughn's pretty damn funny. Rogan's pretty funny too, but I really have a deep fondness for the Monty Python types, man. Yeah, I started watching them when I was 13. I thought that this was a circus show, the Monty Python's Flying Circus. Oh, it's a circus show, it's like, and then these absolutely preposterous Englishmen came on, and I thought, what the hell could this possibly be? And I was like hooked. 2 thumbs up for John Cleese, man. He's one of the world's funniest people.
Who will win a bar fight between Ben Shapiro and Sam Harris?
Shapiro's pretty sneaky. And he's quick. I don't know, there'd be blood and feathers everywhere, I suspect, in that fight. I think I'd bet on Ben.
If you were a lobster, would you be number 1, number 2, or number 3 in the hierarchy of lobsters?
That is a silly question. Yeah, I'd be a rock lobster, I think. That's the song we play at the close of my shows. So, yeah.
What's a random stat of your life you would want to know?
Percentage of radical liberals who have me as a guilty pleasure.
That's good. All right, the next question is, what's your guilty pleasure?
What's my guilty pleasure? Oh, that's easy. The Trailer Park Boys. That's for sure, yeah. I really like them. Oh my God. I don't know if you ever watched them. They're like the most vulgar human beings ever invented, but they're extraordinarily funny.
Would you rather have no music or have your spouse sing all your music for the rest of your life?
Oh no, my spouse could sing. She can sing, so that'd be better than no music for sure.
Who do you want to play in the movie of your life?
Oh, a trans activist who's attacking me.
Do mermaids lay eggs or have babies?
I think that's their choice, and should be.
Would you play Justin Trudeau in a game of hockey for a shot at putting him in the penalty box?
He's in pretty good physical shape. That's one thing you got to say about him. And I'm kind of old, so yeah, probably. Not to put him in the penalty box, but I wouldn't mind giving him a hip check into the boards. Thanks for listening. Thanks for asking me the questions, and onward and upward. Away we go.